Full name, date of birth?
Christopher Gray.
Mr. Gray, you have 4 cases pending in drug court, and you were to appear on October 16th for what looks like status conference in some cases and sentencings in others. In each case, a warrant for your arrest was issued when you didn't show up that day. $100 is the amount of the arrest warrant in each case, except for the first one. The other 3 are cash only. Your next court date will be in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix on December 5th at 8:30. Okay, and your orders will be right over there.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Eric Mickelson, and then it'll be Brianna Espinoza.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hi. Full name, date of birth, please.
My name is Eric Holden Michelson.
All right, you're here on 3 separate cases at this time, the most serious of which is probation violation matters. You've had 2 felony convictions here in Maricopa County on November 18th. A warrant was issued in each probation case with a $100 bond. Your next court date in those matters will be December 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. You also have a warrant out of Peoria Municipal Court on a criminal trespass charge. And you were to appear on November 14th, it looks like, and you didn't show up. They issued a warrant for your arrest with a $250 cash-only bond. Your next court date there will be December 3rd at 9 a.m. And your orders are right over there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Yeah, everybody, when we're finished, the detention officers will have your paperwork ready for you to take back into that room. All right, Brianna Espinoza, then it'll be Jim Carrillo. Full name, date of birth.
Brianna Espinoza, 0.
All right, ma'am, you are here because you failed to contact the court after you were released. This is back in December of last year. I believe you were convicted of aggravated DUI, and on December 1st of last year, a warrant for your arrest was issued with a $1,500 bond. Your next court date in this matter will be December 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there.
Thank you.
Jim Carrillo, and then it'll be Jolene Shannon. Full name, date of birth, please.
Jim Carrillo.
All right, you're on felony probation here in Maricopa County, and on October 23rd, a revocation arraignment was to be conducted when you didn't show up. They issued a warrant for your arrest with a $2,500 bond. Next court date will be Superior Court downtown Phoenix, December 6th at 8:30, and your order's right over there. Jolene Shannon, and then it'll be Ismail Nakwebi. Full name, date of birth?
Jolene Michelle Shannon, 6.
All right, ma'am, you're on felony probation here in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation. On June 19th, the warrant for your arrest was issued with a $1,000 bond. December 6th at 8:30, downtown Phoenix Superior Court will be your next court date.
Thank you.
Ishmael, and then it'll be Isabel Hamlin. Full name, date of birth?
Yes, my name is Ishmael Nakwi, birthday.
All right, you, sir, are on felony probation here in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation, and on October 28th of last year, A warrant for your arrest was issued with a $500 bond. Next court date, December 6th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. And your order's right over there.
I have a bond.
Yeah, $500. If you post that, make sure you get out and when you get out and show up on the date, time, and place in that order.
But it's a cash only bond.
No, it's not. You get it through a bonding company.
It's $500.
It's $500, but not cash only.
All right.
All right?
Thank you.
Isabel Hamblin, and then it will be Antonio Soratia.
Hello.
Full name, date of birth, please.
Isabel Lynn Hamblin.
All right, ma'am, you are on felony probation. 2 felony convictions in Superior Court here in Maricopa County. On November 6th, they issued a warrant for your arrest in each case with a $150 bond. Your next court date will be December 6th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. Your order's right over there. Antonio Soratia, and then it'll be Gary Johnson. Full name, date of birth.
Antonio Soratia.
All right, sir, you were previously charged with possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. On August 8th, you were to be sentenced. When you didn't show up, they issued a warrant for your arrest with a $2,500 bond. Next court date now will be December 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, and your order's right over there. Gary Johnson, then it'll be Jared Cannon.
I can see him that side.
Full name, date of birth? Full name, date of birth?
Oh, I'm sorry, Gary Johnson Jr.
Right, you're on felony probation here in Maricopa County. Way back in October 10th of 2019, a warrant for your arrest was issued for violating terms of probation. Where have you been for the last 4 years, 5 years?
Looking for you, Judge.
Yeah, well, the probation officer, I'll guarantee you, was looking for you.
Yeah, I'm back again to repeat it. I guess you know I'm still looking.
Well, anyway,
Maybe this will be the last time.
They issued a warrant for your arrest with a 22. Actually, I think I'm the one who issued that warrant. Let me go back and see.
Oh, you did it?
Let's see. Let me look at the warrant here. Because for some reason, the $2,200 amount.
The weekend Gunner now made it rich, Judge.
Let me see here. Yeah, I issued that warrant on October 10th of 2019 based upon the information I was presented. Your next court date will be Superior Court, downtown Phoenix, December 6th at 8:30.
December 6th at 8:30.
And yeah, then that's everything I told you is printed on that form. If you bail out, make sure that you show up on that date, time, and place.
We got all
right.
back and repeat it again.
All right. Jared Cannon, and then it will be Alonzo Perez. Full name, date of birth?
Jared Michael Cannon, Jr.
All right, you, sir, are on felony probation here in Maricopa County. They contend you violated conditions of probation on September 26th. A warrant was issued with a $100 bond. Your next court date now will be December 6th at 8:30, Superior Court, downtown Phoenix. And so that's a low bond. If you bond out, make sure you show up, all right? There you go. Alonzo Perez, and then it will be Brian Lopez.
Alonzo Perez.
All right. You have 2 matters here. And on November 20th, there was a court date on on both cases, and you failed to appear. On the one that you're on felony probation on, a non-witness violation was scheduled. When you didn't show up, a $100 bond was issued. Your next court date in that matter will be December 5th at 8:30. Then you also had a case pending, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6. On that same date, time, and place, a settlement conference was scheduled. When you didn't show up, they issued a $2,000 warrant in that case. Your next court date in that matter will be December 5th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix also.
My paperwork from when I went to court says December 19th. I just talked to my probation officer a couple days ago. I called my lawyer. I got the letter yesterday about the warrant, but there's no paperwork on my last paperwork that was when I was in court. Says December 19th. I don't know this November 20th date where it came, but no, we had I have my paperwork from my last court date from when I went to court back on October 30th says December 19th was my next court date from my 3 cases that we're talking about right now.
Let me tell you, I'm looking at on the probation violation case, the non-witness violation hearing that was scheduled. I see that you posted a bond.
Yeah.
Back in August. And then you had, affidavit for exoneration of the bond on October 1st. Motion to modify conditions of release was filed. Then I guess there was something scheduled on November 1st because there's a minute entry that continued everything. Then on November 6th, well, they don't. Some of this stuff will not pop up. There was something to do with a bonding company. Let me go back here. Mm-hmm. But nowhere in there is there any other date. You were to appear somewhere in October or November, and there was a motion filed, I'm sure, by your attorney Adisa Astorga, to modify conditions of release. Then there was a hearing probably set, and a minute entry says continuance, and then bond, and then issuance of warrant. I don't see anything in here, and then I'll look at the other case.
Yeah, I posted bond on the October 30th when I went to court for a bond reduction, and the bond was lowered to $1,000. I bonded out a week later, and then I've been out for 3 weeks. And
did you? Okay, but did you see? The thing is, if you have questions about this, I see you have a different attorney. On November 20th, a Cameron Willis appeared for you, not Adisa Astorga. Well, I see they're back and forth. They're probably in the same office.
Yeah, I just talked to my probation officer just 3 days ago. We've been she even asked me. My next court date was for December 19th.
See, I will tell you, these dockets are very accurate. Mm-hmm. I mean, if something happens and there's some confusion, the minute entry will explain that, say, because of an error in a communicate, and I'll give you another date, and there should always be you should always be in communication and contact with your attorney if you have any questions, and it's their responsibility to make sure that you receive notice of things. I am not going to do anything other than affirm the amounts of bond in the arrest warrants that were issued on November 20th. You can contact your attorney and ask him or her to do something about it. Request a hearing, accelerated hearing. But beyond that, from what I see, you simply didn't show up on that date. A warrant was issued, and nothing's been done since then.
My bond was. Why is it $2,000?
I don't know how much your bond was. It doesn't say. I could go back and probably look at it. I believe you must have posted a bond. I think that's the way it says. But What happens if you don't show up and there's been no communication with your attorney is responsible for notifying you of things, but it's your responsibility to contact your attorney and say, if you don't hear anything, so what happened to that hearing yesterday? What happened, and keep your address well-known and email well-known so they know how to communicate with you. Beyond that, I don't know what else to tell you.
I've done all that.
I'm not going to change the amount of the warrants. I'm going to give you the court dates. You can contact your attorney. You can make phone calls from here and explain what happened, and if they think that some injustice has been done, they can file a motion, an accelerated motion, all right? All right. Let's see, this was Brian Lopez, and then it will be Beverly Gatlin. Full name, date of birth?
Brian Steven Lopez Mora.
All right, Mr. Lopez, you were arrested today, earlier, and charged with the following offenses. There's a long list here. One count each of the following: theft or control of stolen property. They said that's a misdemeanor, and in this case, theft or means of transportation, a Class 3 felony; possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, Class 4 felony; possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, a Class 4 felony; possession of dangerous drugs for sale, Class 2 felony; possession of dangerous drugs for personal use, a Class 4 felony; possession of narcotic drugs. There's different places, I guess, it was stored, and each one of those is what they've. And lastly, a possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. And you're on felony probation. Also, the public defender's office appointed to represent you on your new case. $500 bond's been set. Next court date, a $5,000 bond's been set. Your next court date will be December 6th at 8:30 in Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Then your probation officer, when notified that you'd been arrested, that's a Term 1 violation, and I set a $1,000 bond in that case. Public defender's office appointed also on that case. December 6th at 8:30 is your revocation arraignment hearing in Superior Court downtown Phoenix, and your orders are right over there. Beverly Gatlin, and then it will be Chloe Johnston. Full name, date of birth, ma'am?
Beverly Gatlin,
All right, ma'am. You have a warrant out of Apache Junction Municipal Court. That's in another county. This warrant was issued on October 24th for failing to pay a fine that looks like it was imposed on a shoplifting conviction. There's a $250 cash only bond on the warrant. I set the same amount, $250, but it's not cash only. You're here on it's a page 2. Are you in custody on something else?
Yes.
All right. Anyway, your next court date will be December 4th at 8:30 Apache Junction Municipal Court, and we'll make sure that you make the court appearance.
I have a court date in Gilbert on the 8th.
Well, anybody that has
at 8 o'clock.
Okay, we will find a way to reconcile all that in a way that doesn't have a warrant outstanding against you. All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Chloe Johnstone, and then it will be Obanaya Omisi. Full name, date of birth?
I'm sorry?
Full name, date of birth?
Chloe Johnston.
All right, ma'am. You're on felony probation. 2 separate felony convictions. A warrant for your arrest was issued on September 1st of last year, each with a $250 bond. As I mentioned before, Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. Next court date, revocation arraignment hearing, December 6th at 8:30, Superior Court downtown Phoenix. Then you have new charges. Earlier today, you were arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6. The Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you in that case. A $250 bond is set, and that also, next court date, December 6th at 8:30, Superior Court downtown Phoenix. Okay, and your order's right over there. Obanaya Umisi, and then it will be Mitchell Bernal. Full name, date of birth.
Obadiah Matthew.
All right, hold on here, let me make sure. Okay. You were arrested earlier today and charged with possession of dangerous drugs. It's a Class 4 felony. You're also on felony probation. And your probation officer has requested that a hold be placed on you on the new felony charge. A $500 bond is set. Your next court date will be December 6th at 8:30. The Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you on the probation violation matter. $250 bond is set. December 6th at 8:30 also is your next court date. Public Defender's Office represents you in both cases, and your order's right over there. Mitchell Bernal, and then it will be Shelley Cerna. See, right behind that thing. There you go. Full name, date of birth.
Mitchell Anthony Bernal.
All right, Mr. Bernal, you are here. Let me get back to your cases. All right. You were arrested earlier today, charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and misdemeanor shoplifting. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm releasing you on what we call supervised release to appear in Superior Court downtown Phoenix, December 16th at 8:30. Conditions of your release include not returning to the location where the shoplifting is alleged to have occurred. As I said, the next court date, December 16th at 8:30. And your order is right over there.
Thank you.
Listen, also on the release papers you get will be the phone number for pretrial services. Within a few days of your release, call that number and touch base with them, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Where am I? Shelley Cerna, and then it'll be Manuel Boone.
Shelley-
Date of birth.
Shelley Cerna, Jan.
All right, ma'am, you were arrested today, charged with possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Public Defender's Office appointed to represent you. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear in Superior Court downtown Phoenix, December 16th at 8:30.
Thank
And
you.
your order's right over there.
Thank you.
Manuel Boone, and then it'll be Ethan Heck. Full name, date of birth, please.
Hello, Your Honor. It is actually today, so it will be 11.
What did you say now?
My birthday is today, so 11.
All right. And your full name?
Manuel Boone, Jr.
All right. You, sir, were arrested earlier today, charged with a misdemeanor assault, criminal damage by defacement, a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct by fighting, a misdemeanor, minor in possession of liquor, a misdemeanor, and being under the age of 21 and having alcohol and liquor in your system. Pretrial services says that you're not, you are not indigent. You can afford to hire your own attorney. If that's not correct, you can request attorney at any subsequent court proceeding. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance to appear in Goodyear Municipal Court on December 18th at 1 o'clock. And conditions of your release include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having initiating contact with victims or witnesses, and if an order of protection is issued and you're served with a copy, you must comply with its terms. You understand?
Yes, I
All
understand,
right,
Your Honor.
your order's right over there.
All right, thank you for your time.
You bet. Ethan Heck. Yeah, go ahead. Full name, date of birth.
Ethan Heck.
All right, Mr. Heck. You were arrested earlier today, charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, obstruction by refusing to give correct name, a Class 2 misdemeanor, and criminal trespass, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're also on felony probation. And your probation officers requested that that violation of probation be included in proceedings that are going to take place. So, well, somebody changed this. Dang it. Let me change this back here. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, and let me get this. This is the way I put it down. This is the way we should put it down. You'll be supervised by your adult probation officer, he or she, okay? Then I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on the probation violation matter that's going to occur. But hold on, let me type this in. Okay.
Okay.
So you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release and let him or her know what's happened, that you've been released and you're to be subject to their supervision. Your next court date, December 16th at 8:30 on the new charge, and then on the probation violation matter, your next court date will be December 6th at 8:30. All right? Because you got two separate dates you got to be down, and keep in touch with your probation officer and if there's any questions about anything, all right?
Can I get her phone number?
Can you what? No, you're being released, but on the new criminal charges,
Yeah.
you're to be supervised by your probation officer. You must contact him or her within 72 hours of your release, all right?
All right.
Then, on the probation violation aspect, it has an earlier revocation arraignment date than the new case. So read carefully the dates that you're supposed to make an appearance, contact your probation officer if you have any questions, all right?
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That's everybody.